Hey guys, it's Kara. Okay, sorry if I sound a little sniffly. I have a cold and it stinks. But I will not let it deter me from giving you guys some reviews. I'm going to be reviewing five books I've read recently, and I'm going to make this video really quick, so here we go. Okay, the first book that I want to review really fast is The Knife of Never Letting Go. This is by Patrick Ness. This book is about a boy named Todd who lives in a time where you can hear people's thoughts or people's noise. Um, I gave this book 3.5 out of 5 stars because I didn't really enjoy the first about 3/4 of this book. I also wasn't really into the world that it was set in, and I didn't really like the noise. So basically, those are the three biggest parts of this book, and I didn't really care for them. Um, this rating isn't really a low rating. It's just not my kind of book. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't judge it like I just didn't like this book very much. And I know it's like crazy because so many people really did like this book. So I thought I would like it. But for some reason, I don't know, maybe it was just the time period that I read it in, but I just wasn't really enjoying this book. I will be reading the second one. Um I think that one's called Monster of Men, but I'm not sure if that's the second one. But overall, this book is the ending is really fascinating, and it does leave me on a bit of a cliffhanger. So I definitely recommend everyone to read this book and form your own opinion of it, because I don't think this book was bad in the fact that no one should read it. It just wasn't my kind of book. Okay, moving on. The next book I read after that book was Nevermore by Kelly Craig. This book I gave 5 out of 5 stars. It was a great book. I really enjoyed the Edgar Allan Poe twist that was in the book. The main characters were really dynamic. The story was really great. The only thing I didn't like was kind of the last 100 pages. Some stuff kind of starts happening that is a little bit hard to follow, in my opinion. I kind of had a hard time following it. But the second book to this comes out at the end of this month, and I will definitely be picking that up. The next book that I read was Purity by Jackson Pierce. This book, although quite short, took me a long time to read. I found that the story was a bit flat, and it was just a bit forgetful. I'm not going to remember this book in a year's time. You know, I'm not going to think back on all the great books that I read and think, wow, that book really impacted my life. Don't get me wrong, it was a really, it was a fun read, short read, you read it in a day, but it wasn't a memorable read, which is what great books are made of. So this book, although enjoyable, wasn't memorable. Oh, and this book is about a girl who is trying to lose her virginity, just so y'all know. Alright, the book I read after that was Blood Red Road by Maria Young. This book was amazing. I don't even know how else to describe it. It was so good. I went into this book a little bit, wary just because of I've been hearing so many good things that I didn't want to get my hopes too high because this seems like it would be a great book, and it was. It was full of action and adventure and new places and characters that were really great. I have nothing bad to say about this book at all. I enjoyed it from start to finish. I read it until like 3 o'clock in the morning. It was that kind of book. It's about a girl named Saba who goes on a quest or a journey to rescue her twin brother. Read it. It is so good. And the last book that I actually just got done reading today is The Alchemist by Michael Scott. This book is, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars, not because it's a bad book, just like The Knife of Never Letting Go and Purity, but simply because it was average. It was just an average book. I wasn't left feeling enlightened or, in awe. I was left just thinking, it was good. It wasn't memorable. It wasn't great. It didn't grip me and make me feel the feelings. It was just good. So I've been noticing recently that the more I read, the harder it is for a book to get a great review, simply because I just read so many great books that they all have to, the bar just keeps getting higher. So these books are really great. but not as good as some of the really, really great ones that I have read. Alright, so that is my really quick review of the 5 most recent books that I read. I will be doing a wrap-up, which is just me showing these books again, and then what I'll be doing next month. Alright, bye.